What is up, ladies and gentlemen? High on Life 1012 here, bringing you another episode of my Life Speaks series. And in the last video I had talked about my New Year's resolution, and it seems like it's been forever since I uploaded that video, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to change that and upload another one. So here it is. What I am going to talk about today is my first crush. And yes, all of us had those little moments where we would think that this one particular girl would be the love of your life. And I remember that back in my kindergarten days, I would use my nap time, which was bombed by the way, and I would talk to this one girl and tell her that she would be my wife, and I gave her one of those ring pops to prove to her my quote-unquote love at the time. But surprisingly, this was not my first crush. Yes, it might sound like it, but in my opinion, I was way too young to realize what love was at the time, or even think about the idea of having a wife, or even a girlfriend for that matter. I believe I just did that so that way I could make myself look like a badass in front of my classmates, and as I think about it, it was pretty pathetic, considering we only had like 6 boys in the class and about double the girls. So I hardly impressed anyone, but hey, you know what? It was fun. But anyways, my first crush had actually happened during my middle school years, and during this time I was probably the most nerdiest looking fellow in the school because I would dress up so nicely for school, wearing these nice polos and nice pair of jeans and styling my hair with gel, and to make it worse, I wore glasses. So yeah, that was pretty much the me in middle school, and every time I think about it, it makes me laugh because it reminds me that I was definitely growing up to be the 40-year-old virgin prodigy. So anyways, going back to the whole crush business, like I said, I hadn't really experienced the feeling of liking a girl more than just a classmate or a friend up until I had reached 8th grade, and even at the beginning of the year I really didn't take no interest in girls because I was just wanting to get out of school to go back home, play some games, also practice some baseball, eat some food, sleep like a teddy bear. But as the year rolled on, I became best friends with 2 people in one of my classes, and this was the first time I really came to talk to people on a daily basis. And one of those days during class, I noticed that there was this one girl that sat at a table across the room, and she was surrounded by a bunch of other girls who were definitely cute, but don't get me wrong, with her it was like there's something different about her. And I still don't know why I had thought this, but I had asked my 2 best friends at the time what they had known about her, and I know this sounds very creepy, but I had asked them to do a little recon work, and they did a background check on her, and that is definitely not creepy, but it was necessary. But like I said, I was a nerd, and to top it all off, I was the shyest kid you could ever come to know because I wasn't like every other kid who went out to the track field and played with their friends. I usually would pack my own lunch and eat in one of the teacher's classroom and strike up a conversation with them during our lunchtime. Or even like during school, I didn't socialize with anyone in the hallways. I just went straight to class. I was always the first one, always the last one to go. So yeah, getting the courage to talk to this girl was out of the question because I was a total wreck when it came to socializing, and I'm pretty sure I would have shit my pants right in front of her if I were to approach her. And then there goes the possibility of getting a yes to her being my girlfriend, and believe it or not, I actually broke that barrier of not talking to her, and I sent her my first email ever. So that was pretty special, I guess, because that was the first time I came into contact with a girl that I really liked, and all it was a simple hi. And as I think about it, it took me 15 minutes to set up an email account and less than a minute to send that hi, so that was totally worth it, worth all the hassle. So you might be wondering like how I was able to obtain her email address, and it was all thanks to my two best Bear Scouts, or my two best friends. They were able to get in contact with one of her friends and get her email. Or actually, I think it was they got in contact with her and they got her email. But yeah, this is where my memory just totally blanks, because I don't remember if we had emailed like almost every single day or if it was just a one-time thing. But when the school year was rolling on, I thought there was a possibility of us going out, like us hanging out, and so, you know, I thought I could get a chance to do that. But it was coming to the close of another school year, and I really thought there was no chance at doing that until there was an announcement made about an end of the school year field trip to a city that was like 12 to 13 hours away from home. So my friends told me to make my move then and ask her out. And another thing that I needed to point out before I go on with this story is that I was pretty gung-ho about poetry and anything related to that. So my idea at the time was to write her a poem. This poem turned into a page-long letter, and then it turned into a song. So I know it sounds really ridiculous, but I had to ask her in the best way I thought I could, and in the way that I felt most comfortable with. So my three written, we'll call them notes for now, but my three written notes were delivered to her by one of my two friends, and unfortunately I never got a response to it. It certainly did blow. And to be quite honest, I really couldn't stop thinking about her, even up to the point of me being a sophomore in high school. And because it's not often that you run into someone who absolutely just blows you away just by seeing them. And with her, it was like an everyday thing because I had always been around her. And it's not like a stalking thing either, so don't think that I was, you know, leaning against the wall trying to peek over, see what she was up to. It was more of like we actually got put in situations where we would see each other almost every single day. And this was especially true during my freshman year of high school, because we actually had the same first class of the day, which was Spanish. And I remember, you know, being being able to talk to her during that time, and I actually made her laugh a couple of times, because at the beginning of that class we would sing like songs in Spanish, and I would always be the goofy one to go. I was actually the only one to sing along to the song. So just to think, you know, to be able to have the guts to do that, and it actually made her laugh. So that definitely made me feel good about this situation. But yeah, that was basically it. I mean, I could go on with this story, but just to wrap it all together, we never got together. There was no, you know, us two dating. It was just spur of the moment type of thing, I guess. But I would like to say that I thought she was the most beautiful girl on the outside and also on the inside. So but like I said, it's pretty much in the past now. It's been like 5 years, I think, 5 or 6 years since that happened. So yeah. And just a little heads up, I might be singing you guys a little bit of She-Wolf in Spanish in the next video, but you know, I'm getting I'm getting way ahead of myself now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I wish you guys a wonderful day, and be sure to check out my other videos as well. Leave a like if you did enjoy me talking about my first crush, and also leave a comment about what you would like for me to discuss in my next video, whether it be a situation that you guys may possibly be in, or just another first for me. And one more thing before I go too, just to make things a little bit more interesting, just to leave you guys with a bunch of questions that you would like to ask me later. this girl that I've been talking about, she actually goes to the same college as me. She's in the same year, and she's from the same town. So I will leave you at that, and I am out. Peace.
Explosives high. Threat spotted. Changing mag. Down and clear.
Hellstorm missile awaiting orders.
Let's go.
Hellstorm missile inbound.
Topping off. Get up and move. Changing mag.
Friendly UAV inbound. RCXD inbound.
Light him up. I got you.
It's too close. Fight harder. Hellstorm missile awaiting orders.
On your feet.
Friendly Hellstorm missile inbound.
Let's go. Let's go.
Solid execution. Good job.